It's time for a roundup of all the incredible cocktail correspondents from season 4. Take a look at each one of the guests, and if you like what they're talking about, you can skip on over to their episode in full. Links to all of these episodes are below in the show notes for you and throughout this roundup up here too. As a quick reminder to any of you who haven't seen a Cocktail Correspondent episode here before on Moi TV, you need to know that this is my way of making having guests on the show a little more interesting than the usual boring Zoom chat recording. As a small child, I would often pretend to be a cheesy TV chat show host, with my little sister playing the part of correspondent or sometimes special guest. I also love watching cooking shows. Isn't it just so calming? So by fusing in these elements to the bog standard guest show, I'm trying to push the envelope a little bit. Every guest has a special zone of genius that I think we can learn from. To accompany all that learning, we make and then sip on a cocktail chosen by the guest. All of our guests in this season are real experts within the world of branding. Let's remind ourselves of who they were.
On this episode of Moi TV, it's me, Anna Brand, and I'm going to be talking about what makes a brand good looking and successful. Don't worry, I have some examples for you to explain this in detail. If you're not sure if your brand is a little bit drab and ugly, you should come and hang out with me and Laura.
On this episode of Moi TV, it's me, Danny Matthews. I'm Laura's cocktail correspondent on the show this week, and I'm going to be talking about how to leave a legacy as an entrepreneur. If you haven't thought about this before, or you think it's basically just leaving your business to your kids when you're gone, you're going to want to tune in. Come and join us.
It's me, Col Gray. I'm Laura's cocktail correspondent on the show this week, and we're sharing some stories from our careers. That's 35 years blended up with lots of rum in about 15 minutes. If you're curious about working as a creative pro, or you want to see if we've got tales just like your own, come join us.
As you can see, all our correspondents have similar areas of expertise, yet they show up very differently. This is a wonderful example of there being no such thing as competition when you have worked out your own approach and encapsulated that into your own brand. Something Anna talked about with us right here.
I'm always saying that nobody does it better than you, but only if you do it in your way and you're not trying to mimic anybody else out there. Once you stop mimicking people and you do it in your way, then you really don't have any competition because nobody can do your thing in your way. There's only one of you. And once you do this, you can start loving the other people in your field and stop seeing them as competition and instead be cheering them on and celebrating what they do too. I truly believe this. And in fact, I know this to be true.
Thinking about how you are going to be remembered by taking a structured and forward-thinking approach to how you will build your legacy as an entrepreneur is also a really great way to frame your thinking about what makes you different and unique. Danny talked with us about this here.
A great place to start with this is look inward. Where did you come from? What have you overcome? What have you been through? Something in your story will give you a clue about how you can make a difference in the world. Start there. And if you can't find something to connect with, look at the UN goals and pick something that closely matches your story. That would be a really good place to start. And if you're still struggling after that, make it your job to figure it out. I promise from that point forward, it will guide you.
And because all the correspondents we invite here on Moi TV have big ideas to share with us, I have incorporated my lifelong mission of hosting a cookery show by asking each of my correspondents to deliver these big ideas over a cocktail of their choice. For me, this is its own cocktail of Jilly Goulden meets Nigella meets Sex and the City. What better way to cogitate over a new idea than by sipping on your favourite drink while you do that? Let's recap Season 4's cocktails right now.
It's one of my favourites, a classic Cuba Libre. I like to serve this up in a tall glass with ice. You can't go heavy enough on the fresh lime, that's the trick. Plenty of lime juice, and then rub the lime around the inside of the glass as well. You need a generous glug of white rum, it has to be white rum. Top it up with Coke, and then serve with a straw and another fresh slice of lime.
Today I've mixed a Disaronno sour, which I'm pretty sure is an anagram for dinosaur. For this you'll need Disaronno, fresh lemon juice, sugar syrup, Mrs. Better's Bitters Miraculous Foamer, a cocktail shaker, ice, fresh orange slices, and a cocktail sip straw. To mix it, you just add 50ml of Disaronno to your iced shaker, then add in 25ml of fresh lemon juice, add in 15ml of sugar syrup, add in just a quarter of a pipette of the bitters, then you need to give it a really good 12-second shake. And then serve it up in a rocks glass with your orange garnish and sip straw.
Well, today, Laura, I've mixed a painkiller because I love dark rum and calories. Whoa. Let me tell you how to make this. What you need is you need a tall, high glass and an eco straw, a cocktail shaker filled with fresh ice, a nutmeg grater, and the ingredients: 2 ounces of dark or navy rum, 4 ounces of pineapple juice, 1 ounce of orange juice, 1 ounce cream of coconut, pineapple wedge for garnish, and a whole nutmeg, which you'll grate later just for that spicy garnish on the top. And to mix it, you just pour in the rum, the pineapple juice, the orange juice, the cream of coconut into your shaker. Give it all a really good shake up, like a death metal blast beat on the drum. Strain it into your iced highball glass, grate some nutmeg on there, add your wedge of pineapple garnish, then serve and enjoy.
When it came to planning out my episode with seasoned content creator Carl Gray, we collaborated on evolving this regular segment of the show by introducing some big idea questions. I really wanted to maintain my aesthetic principles with the Cocktail Correspondent segment, but I really want to make sure that you guys get all of the best bits of mine and Carl's 35 years combined experience. So I've invented a quick drinking game. In fact, I love it so much that I've decided it's going to be a permanent evolution to the Cocktail Correspondent segment here on Mwah TV. To begin with this, I've posted you a little pack of cards in the post, haven't I, Carl? Did you get them?
Yeah, the cards arrived today, so let's open them up and see what we've got here. All right. Oh, that's some sticky gum we've got on these cards. All right, okay, so Mwah TV. So the first card says, being a fresh face in creative, what not to do. Okay, so this card says, collaboration, complete nightmare, or creative sparks. Okay, so on to the next card. Right, so this next card says, burnout as a creative entrepreneur. This next one is giving newbies a leg up. This is it, the final card. Just going for it as an independent creative professional.
I love this evolution so much that I decided to keep this for future Cocktail Correspondent episodes. Here's Carl talking about how he wants to give new creative professionals a leg up with their careers.
Now I can, if I had people come in as an intern, I could do that on a one-to-one basis. But I needed a way, or I wanted to kind of maybe try to reach out in a wider way, help, as many people as possible from my experiences. And I suppose my YouTube channel is a way of doing that. I mean, a regular comment that I get on my YouTube channel is that people are learning more from my videos than they learned when they were at school or college. So, there must be something there that is, that's worthwhile. And I just want to say that I am just about to start doing actual mentoring for younger designers, because I feel that part of my purpose is to teach. I love teaching. I love delivering workshops. And so I've decided to make a conscious effort to make teaching a part of my business, a service offering that I give. So hopefully that answers that question for you, Laura.
Don't forget to subscribe and stick around. Season 5 of Mwah TV will be back, same time, same place as always, next week. I'll see you then. Mwah.